Hey guys, Bryan Singer is back from that little detour as Superman Returns. We don't talk about that, but he's back with X-Men Days of Future Past, and here's my review for it. So the story is that the Sentinels are powerful enough that they're eliminating the mutant race at a pretty rapid pace. Like, this is their last chance for the mutants to survive, so they send Hugh Jackman back into the past, and he has to reunite Professor X and Magneto to stop someone, and it's very well done because they need to create a new future. The movie is very engaging and Bryan Singer does a great job pacing the film. I was never bored once throughout the duration of the film. Direction-wise, Bryan Singer is back. And so are the great X-Men films, although I love First Class and it remains my favorite X-Men film ever made. But I do think Days of Future Past is better than the original X-Men and X2 and all the other ones besides First Class. It's my second favorite X-Men film. Singer is in his element again, and since he is involved with the X-Men Apocalypse coming out 2016, I believe, this film makes me super pumped for that film. The action in this film is awesome, and surprisingly, Quicksilver steals the show. Yes. The Quicksilver that looked like a Spy Kids 5 villain, he steals the show, and I was like, what? This is awesome! Like Avengers 2, I'm sure your Quicksilver will be great, but you have a tough act to follow with this one, because although he looked like a freaking Spy Kids 5 villain, his scenes were great, and his, like, basically looked like he teleported, but he's just no super fast. Brilliantly done. Like, Quicksilver in this film is what the Hulk was in the Avengers, in terms of like the standout guy and the guy you go, oh my god, I want to see more Quicksilver. Just like when you saw Avengers, you're like, the Hulk, he's okay. And you saw the Avengers Hulk, and you're like, I want more Hulk. That's what Quicksilver is in this film. He also doesn't come off as goofy at all. I mean, it is the 70s. Speaking of the time period, it's really cool how these films have been going up a decade, and they're going to probably cover each decade throughout the series. I've heard Apocalypse is supposed to take place in the 80s. That will be fantastic. As the characters go, Hugh Jackman does a great job. He's Wolverine. He's buff for whatever reason. Him in the past is like 12 times the size of him in the original X-Men, but details, whatever. Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are back. They're always a pleasure to see on screen. They are the men. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender reprise their roles as Professor X and Magneto as they did in First Class, and oh my god, as good as Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are, I see these guys as Professor X and Magneto as First Class was my first X-Men film besides Origins that I saw, and oh my god, I just love those two. They did a great job. Chemistry, A+, wonderful. Peter Dinklage is Peter Dinklage, enough said. Halle Berry's in the film. She's Halle Berry as Storm, enough said. And besides Quicksilver, the person that steals the show, surprisingly, is Mystique, played by Jennifer Lawrence. Of course, this is probably because Jennifer Lawrence has rise to stardom. As probably one of the few movie stars working today, along with Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence is getting up to that height, I think, in terms of fan loyalty. But yeah, she's kind of brought up on the same level as Professor X and Magneto, which is fine because her character in this film is really fascinating and she does a really good job. Her motivations make sense. Her kick-ass action scenes are awesome. No complaints. Mystique, wonderful. And she looks very good, but I'm just saying her character is also amazing. Now I go to the movies for comedies to laugh a lot, but for almost anything else I want to have an emotional experience, go on a roller coaster ride of emotions, and this film had that for me. There were times I did not know what was going to happen. It was really cool to have that feeling because most films are just so predictable nowadays. I also want those moments where I'm in awe, and I got those. There were quite a few moments where my mouth was like just on the floor. I was just in awe. This is masterful filmmaking I'm seeing right now. But I never got a moment where I got chills per se, like the ending of Inception, get chills every single time. Jurassic Park, when you first see the T-Rex, chills every time. I never got one of those moments. Even Captain America and the Lego Movie, I got chills at points. I didn't really get chills in this movie. It was almost got there. I almost got chills a few times, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh yes. Maybe the second time I might get them, but this time it didn't reach that level of enjoyment for me. And that's also my only complaints. I never really got chills. And the pacing, although fantastic, there were a few times I was like, I wonder how long we're into this movie. Although I do that almost every movie, so it's not really, I'm not going to blame the movie that much. But, great movie. X-Men Days of Future Past has great characters, plot, setting, conflicts, action, drama. And Bryan Singer has returned to the X-Men franchise with a vengeance, and he kills it. I am extremely glad to give this movie a 4.8 out of 5. No chills-inducing moments. I can't quite get it to that 5 out of 5, although I am seeing it again this Friday. Well, the day that this comes out. I saw it early, but it's embargo, so I had to wait till today. Not quite as good as Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and not quite as good as X-Men First Class. Better than X2, better than Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Not better than Spider-Man 2. Better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and better than Godzilla. This is the best movie of the summer so far, unless you can Captain America as part of the summer, but I don't. Was not in May. Definitely go check it out. The 3D, don't see it in 3D. I saw it in 3D, didn't notice it at all. Took off my glasses, nothing was changed. The 3D, totally pointless. See it in 2D, it's fantastic. Phenomenal movie. Wait till after the credits. There is a scene at the very, very, very end. Take notes, Spider-Man. And that is about it. Tell me if my review has affected your chance of seeing the movie or not. If you have seen it, tell me below what you thought of it. I can't wait to hear all your opinions. Like, subscribe, favorite the video if you really enjoyed it. I will see you all in the next episode of my movie reviews or Game of Thrones reviews. See you guys next time. Goodbye.